Okay, so I'm sure you guys watching Mgtow videos. You start to get questions about why these women are so irresponsible, and I'm sure you see it in the comment section as well, like why they don't seem to want to take a responsibility for the ramifications of what they do if it's bad, but if it's good, then they want all the attention and praise in the world. Um, they shift the blame to others. Why they want to have their cake and eat it, like this unrealistic mentality. They don't understand the ramifications of what they're doing, how it's gonna affect people. They're basically insane and psychopaths and all kinds of stuff. And they have all this attention problems like little kids, and like they can't really focus on anything. So you see where I'm going. Like basically, why do they have a childlike mentality? Why are they basically children? And you see right here what it's all about. Um, just like when I told you why women are toxic, literally because they're fat, full. It's just full of toxins. That's what it is. And why these feminized men are so toxic as well, and why they're feminizing everything. They're putting female hormones and everything is because like it's the closest thing to a damn devil on the planet. Like it's a female most of the time. Like basically, the first demon ever was a woman. It was Lilith, and and then so Eve, she just followed down the metaphysical pathway that Lilith had set up for her, and that's why you'll hear about Lilith and her children of Sasquatches and all these other freaks out in the wilderness. And they'll yell. You'll hear them yelling in the Bible. It says out in the wilderness, and this is where people go disappearing, and they keep spotting these creatures. It's just like the UFOs. People see them all the time, but it's like this the other half of the population that just didn't see them, because they live in a city or whatever. They just try and deny it or whatever. And they're just mind control puppets. It's a lot deeper. This goes really deep. Like this goes back to Eve. Like Eve out of Adam's rib. What I'm gonna show you right here. All children. That's why the Bible says your oppressors are children, and their rulers are women. You see, the reason I say that is because children, when you're in the embryo, everybody starts out basically female, and then after a couple of months or whatever, the female, the male hormones will kick in if they're able to, and then they'll start to, get all that or whatever. Let me show you. My theory is long held regarding sexuality. These are the rib theory. So they're basically clones, like Eve was kind of like a clone. Like, like kind of like how when a person takes a man's seed and makes a clone of him. Use well-known clitoral vaginal transfer theory because all embryos, male and female, start life developing kind of both, And it seemed that all fetuses started male, and the third month they gave up. Geneticists have discovered, this is the actual truth right here, though. Geneticists have discovered that all embryos start out as females. You see, don't read that other bullshit. This is the truth. Geneticists have discovered that all embryos start out as females. So you see, children are all females. That's why you'll see that when I was a kid, I looked a lot like my mother. And as I've gone older, I look a little bit more like my dad. Like the brow and all that started to grow in and all that or whatever. So it's like, yeah, like that's why they say the children and the rules of women. Women are probably just slightly more advanced children, like they have more experience. So what we're dealing with these lifeless beings that couldn't grow a penis, literally. Like, and then we got men, these pseudo men that have really small penises. As you can see, it's totally related. Like I've been telling y'all, it's all genetics. That's why they're trying to fuck with your genetics, improve y'all genetics while trying to build theirs up in every way possible. Keep y'all poor and stifled and under stress and all that, while they just living as good as they could. That's why you look at the white people about a generation ago, they look like shit. And now this generation, because all the advances in technology and nutrition and shit, and all them being able to just sit back and exercise and live the life while we struggling and shit, they've been able to improve their genetics a lot. You can see the white people look a lot more physically fit and stuff. But it still doesn't change that they got a pseudo dick if they got a pseudo dick, like it's a genetic impairment or whatever. That's why they're trying to feminize everything. They know the difference. They're trying to fuck everything up and make everybody these little bitches and stuff. And that's why even these so-called men, that's why your country getting all bitchy. They're bringing in bitches and they're growing bitches here. That's why they hate the man of color, because he's closer to the higher echelon of things. So this is why they're oppressing you. Like literally, it says you're oppressing the children. There's all these pseudo dick people, and a lot of these women. That's why your own women are such a fucking problem for you, Dad. Like it's ridiculous, bro. Like it's the snakes, bro. They're literally fucking snakes. I saw it in a dream. Like there's all these clones around. Like Eve, basically a clone. You know, taken out as Eve, as Ribbo, like which has to do with DNA and all this stuff. They put it right in your face, and then the DNA helix looks like ribs and shit, or your spinal column. It's real obvious if you just think about it, what we're dealing with. It's just this feminized bullshit and this animal bullshit. It's all in the animals and stuff. And, you know, that's why you'll see the animals, they all look so similar. And then, like, the polar bears are really getting pseudo because of the toxins. The toxins are related. And when these guys live in the cave, those really toxic. That's why they can't deal with the sun. That's why I keep telling you, these women, they're toxic as well. They can't deal with someone that's really got that energy to them. That like someone might be attracted to it, but they really can't tolerate it. That's why there's always going to be like this issue between us and women for the most part. So like yeah, I just basically showed you what is the problem is when people are little kids are basically females, bro. Like it's not till later on, you know, they balls drop and they start to become a man, stop doing little childish shit. These women, they never grow out of that. And that's why they're not supposed to rule. They're not supposed to be leaders. You literally got a little fucking kid ruling your shit. And that's why, you know, they want these women in positions of power because then they can have the little puppets. When I was at the hospital or whatever the other day, and I saw it was all empty, all the main little fucking mouthpieces that just keep pushing whatever the hell they're told to push and trying to tell me I have to do this or that when I'm there are the damn female nurses and stuff. It's only the highly educated, like intelligent people that are like the doctors or something like that that really know and will tell you the truth. Like you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. They advise you, you can do whatever. Because they kept trying to get me to take this vaccine. I was like, no, I ain't taking that. It's like they're gonna force you, and I'm like, no, they're not. So that's not how it works, buddy. It's my body. I can choose whatever the fuck I want to do with my body, you know. But you know, these motherfuckers kept pushing, and they got these feminized males. And you know, single mother homes and shit that make it 10 times worse. So I'm telling you, like that's the main, probably the biggest problem in the colored communities is single mother homes and shit, like making the kids all vain and shit like that, and emotional, and wanting to punch someone over the littlest shit to have some self-control, not thinking about how they're gonna fuck that person's life up once they punch them and cause them these health effects and shit, you know, or whatever. That's why the community is all fucked up. It ain't like it used to be when they were more male dominated back in the day. When Black Wall Street and all that was, they wear suits and have some, you know, respect to them. This generation is looking like shit, man. Now they're BLM and all this bullshit, destroying their own damn neighborhoods, not even thinking about what are the real ramifications. No, they just want to be a part of the crowd, like a bitch. You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, one of the biggest problems you have as a colored person is your own so-called people. That's why God gave the fuck up on them, bro. That's the reason God gave the fuck up on them. I see this shit on a daily basis, bro. So I'm telling you, there's a reason that these other people are getting up over these people of color right now, bro. It's because the black people are doing this to themselves. The people of color are doing this to them damn selves. Listen to that murder, death music. All that bitch music, bro. But anyway, so, yeah, like, you see where I'm going with this, like clones, and they're not even fully developed clones. They're like malformed clones and toxic creatures, you know, and really like parasites. And I saw in the dream that it was all these, the whole city was nothing but these female reptiles with no skin, and they was just chasing me. And I realized that all clones are female, except for one, and they didn't show enough proof for me to believe it was really a male or whatever, or a real clone or whatever. Yeah, so. I mean, it just show up if it shows some paperwork. I don't believe him. It's the only one on the whole planet. I don't believe him. And like all them ones I saw were female. I could just tell they were female. They didn't have nothing hanging because they didn't have no clothes or skin. They didn't have nothing hanging. I could just tell they were female though because of facial structure too. All look the goddamn same. That's why you got these hive mind idiots that'll just keep falling the fucking left, and the right's bullshit too. You guys are fools. You obviously didn't pay a damn attention to any YouTube videos that were really teaching you anything. Because some of them taught you the truth, that there's a left and right false division. There ain't no damn division between them. you're stupid enough to fall for that, well, you're a bitch. That's all I can say about it. Well, here you go. That's basically what's going on with that. We're supreme. We're made in the image of God, not women. And this is deep. This is real deep. Women are the closest thing to the devil you're gonna meet. And then there's the other kind of women that are like of God, that are Holy Spirit type women. It's really rare to meet them though. And when you meet one, it's just like magic. It's just unfolds so naturally. All right, peace. That's why they're freaks. Part 2.